So this is a 204 Dodge Ram 3500. It's got two batteries, and I guess the Cummins all have, and the diesels, they all have two batteries. And unfortunately, Dodge has a problem with these. Uh, they only have one generator, okay? And the way they do this is they don't have a regulator. The PCM is a regulator, and what it's got temperature sensors underneath the batteries here. Okay, so it charges the batteries, according to the temperature, which is, really unique. It's also bad because if for some reason one of these cables is not connected correctly, then this is going to be, in this case, if this one was loose, then this would be cold and it would really try to charge to get it even. But what happens is that it can't charge this because this is loose, so it charges that one to the point that it goes berserk. In other words, your needle is going to go way up, and it'll boil it. So that's terrible. So what I did here is put voltmeters on each one of these batteries. And what I've got is I've got a relay over here. The two relays are over here, and the relay connects the positive on that, and it runs it over through here. You see this wire? And it connects it to a relay here, and I'll show you in the video exactly how to wire that. But the relay, one relay is over there, one relay is over here. I have another relay off of this battery here for other accessories inside the vehicle, and that's run off of a tap right there. See, it's got a tap for the ignition, but I don't use the ignition. I use a cigarette lighter because the cigarette lighter turns on when the vehicle is on. So that's a good, cigarette lighter is pretty good. So use that fuse. And in this particular vehicle, I believe it's number 29. So it's just a cigar lighter, okay? And use that, tap into it, and that works on the ignition. So that fires up the relays, and they're inside the vehicle. Of course, you got the negative is going to be the same negative on both batteries, which is the same because it's connected. Now what they do is that's the main battery over there on the passenger side, and they run a positive cable here, see, and it connects right there. Okay, and so that's the way it works, but it works off of a temperature, not the actual relay. Again, on the single alternator, and I think it's 136 amps on this thing. But anyway, you know what happens. So I got a voltmeter over there, a voltmeter over here. This comes from that battery, and one over here comes, one of these, I think it's this one, comes to this relay. So you got two relays. Okay, and the way it works, when you come up to the vehicle, and what I did is I got this space here, so I put transmission temperature over here, and I put these two. And what happens is when you fire it up, this is the passenger. Make sure that you run a different color wire to the relay that comes from the right to be able to do this, otherwise you're going to get mixed up. But anyway, I got a white wire from that battery coming to this relay, and I got a red wire coming to this guy. Well, actually the red wire is actually because the relay connects the accessories, I just tapped it in over here. But anyway, here's the work. See, here's how it works. It works off the cigarette lighter ignition, which is, either one. But there's batteries. You see, it's before you start. and here it is once the, see? Okay, so that's the main battery, and it's doing that one first, you see? And this is the battery on this side. So now you know what the voltage is on both batteries, and they should be pretty much the same. See, it's getting even now. Okay, same temperature on both sides. Anyway, I just don't know. I've seen a lot of videos on this overcharging business and things that happen, but this is what you need to be able to keep track of your batteries. And again, when it started, it was firing up that guy over there, this guy, because it's a main battery. So this one was 1 point higher, 1/10 higher. But now they're even, see? Well, no, it's still the main, see? So it charges, you know, it keeps, you know, it keeps track of it via the temperature sensor. And you can tell that that's a main battery because it's going up, you know, every intermittently. At startup, it's over there. See, so that's the way it should be, even. Anyway, this is something really good to have on these Dodge, you know, two battery single alternator vehicles. See how it is? See, again, that's the main. That's the main battery. It looks like this one is, but it's really that one. So he's working on that one. Anyway, something to have on these vehicles. All right, so here's a relay, and I don't know. I guess it's a 30 amp. Let me turn the light on here. Let's see, what is that? It's got a diagram on here. You see that? Turn it this way. The diagram says that this relay, of course, all of them do. Well, all that have all of them, all the pins. But here's 87, 30, and then 86 and 85. And 87A is in the center, and 87 goes to whatever you're trying to activate. If you look at the back of this, when you pull this like this, now in here, hopefully you can read it. Okay, so watch how this goes. You see that? So you got the spade like this, okay, right there, and the spade is 30. Of course, it's upside down, but the spade there, that spade is right there, is 30. This is a black wire, and these guys always mess them up. I mean, normally a black wire would be power, but 30 is what's going to come from the battery in this particular case. That's your power, where the power is coming from. And then if you look at the at the bottom one, 87 is what you're going to go, in this case, to the voltmeter. Okay, so battery in and power out, that's 87, 30 in, 87 out. All right, then the guy over here is 86 here and 85 over, no, it's backwards. This is 85 and this is 86, but it really doesn't make any difference. One of these is going to be the trigger. Whether you put it here or here doesn't make any difference. But I always use 85, okay? So when you're looking at this, this guy over here is going to be the trigger, and that's white, and that's not what I want. But you know, you know, if you have your employees, they're always going to put them. There's so many kinds. They'll just plug these little things in there. But anyway, look. So 85, this is going to be the trigger in my, you know, it doesn't make any difference. And this is going to go to ground. Now, when this is not triggered, the power from here goes to 87A. Now, there's a lot of reasons you might want to do that, but, you know, we're not going to use it this time, so I'm just going to take it out of there, okay? Because I don't want any confusion later on or whatever. If I need it, then I'll just make another one. And I'll show you a little bit how to do that. But anyway, battery in, 87 out goes to your voltmeter in this case. And then the trigger, which is going to be, in my case, a tapped in cigarette lighter, goes in here. And then the ground here. And I'm not going to use the center one. So that's the way it goes. So you have to make sure that when you do this, you know, and it's got numbers there, so you can make sure, but figure it out before you do this. Now these guys here, you can take these wires out. I don't like them. Like I said, 87 is going to be, here, where is it? Oh, like this. Black. No, we can't have that. And here, again, you got to watch what you're doing here. And you also have to put a fuse on this, and the fuse going out on 87 too, somehow, okay? So you're going to have to fuse these, because if you make a mistake, you're going to blow something, and you don't want to do that. Anyway, this black wire is going to go to the battery. And this is red, which is pretty good, you know, pretty good. Which means that we can use this for one of the voltmeters. But anyway, that's how you do this. You push in, and you press in, and see, it comes out. See? So you push, you put it in there like this, and make sure that you have the spade going in like this. So you go in, you push this wire in, and then you put it in there, and then you go the opposite direction, see, to push it in, and you pull on the wire, see, and it comes out. So that's how you take them out. And you know, you could reuse this if you want to use this color or whatever, but you can move them around here, you know, of course, black. And this is not the right kind of wire that I want. I will run a red, which I could use this. But for this one, I need more power coming in here. This is not good enough from the battery. So I'm going to use a 10 gauge. And what you do is you can buy these, okay? And this is, you know, you get a little bag like this, okay? And you get your wire, the one that you want to use. I want to use a 10 gauge, you see? So you get your wire, and you wrap it in here and close it up, and it's stuck, okay? Now, when you buy these, they're not, see how pressed that is? Okay, so you wanna come in here, and you wanna lift it, okay? Again, because this is gonna be your little brake there, okay? So see it's lifted, okay, nice and lifted. So now put your wire in, and when you put it in there, it's like this, you see? You put it in there like this with this little tab here, and you push it in with that little slot. Push it in, and this little tab here, this little thing, and that's the reason you pull it out, is going to grab on the little wall. You probably can't see it, but it's flat, and this is obviously a little slot there. Well, this thing's going to grab in there, and it will come out. See, these don't come out. Anyway, that's how you do this if you want to change wires. And if you don't like the position of these, again, you just take it out of there, move it around, and you're going to be all set with these. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put the right wires in there, and there's the numbers, you see? So you're going to have 30 for power, and then 87 for power going to your accessory, whatever that may be. And then you can use 85 or 86. A trigger could be anything like a switch, on off. Okay, so you put power to 1, run this to the switch, and your and the ground, well, it's going to be a switch. Okay, so the ground is going to be over there, and then it's going to come back over here. Okay, so that switch is going to turn it on or off. So you can use a switch, but I like to use triggers. I don't like my vehicles to be left with some accessory on, so just work it on something that exists already out of a fuse. Get yourself a fuse tap and go, and you're all set. Again, see, I took this out here, so to put it in, you find the direction so it goes this way. So you just with that little tab, you push in, and see, and it grabs, and that's it. So that's how you set these up. Again, if you don't like the position of the wires for whatever you're doing, then you just move them around. Or if you want to change to a better wire, just get some of these and put a better wire on there, a different color wire. Maybe you want whatever. Yellow is nice for a trigger. I like that. And again, I don't know why they picked these colors, but then again, there are so many. You can't expect your employees to make these wires or put them in the right slots. So anyway, that's how you do it. And obviously, you set this all up, and you come back, you put this somewhere, and you come back in here, and you just plug it back in, and you're all set.